spent 4 to 5 years living in Bangladesh.
Yes, 4.5.
What was your overall experience over there?
I had such a great 4.5 years living in Bangladesh back in the 80s. I went there first in 1986, and I discovered by going halfway around the world important insights about myself and this country. And it wasn't until I could see this country from the other side of the world that I began to understand the intersection of race, class, sexism, poverty, of how our minds are conditioned to take one route or another, to understand also the ways people can change their own fate and create different futures. So Bangladesh is a lot like Louisiana in terms of, you know, rice, sugarcane, a delta, hot, humid climate, mosquitoes, spicy food, corrupt politics. It's all of that. But we also have in Bangladesh like half the population of the U.S. packed into just one state, the size of Louisiana or Wisconsin or whichever one you want to pick. So you don't ever go anywhere without having people around you. And that was a shock. That lack of privacy, the inability to just walk around freely and not be followed by hundreds of people. In fact, the only place I could do that really was on the golf course. And fortunately, the dictator, General Ershad at the time, had taken over the golf course before the country, and the only golf course was on the military cantonment. But they welcomed single girls and expatriates. So fortunately, I found my way to go out and walk uninterrupted, you know, for 3 hours in nature by playing golf. And my father had taught me to play when I was a little girl, like age 5. So it was one of those skills that I had far back in the recesses of my memory, but it became a very important bridge builder. What I discovered in adjusting to Bangladesh is that I just needed to spend time with people. I needed to share the food, which of course is very similar, you know, good spicy curries and seafood and rice. That's a staple of Louisiana Cajun cooking. So I felt right at home there. The music, wonderful tablas and very soulful, poetic love songs or fun country songs. People love to sing and to dance and to share stories, and are very family oriented. And when I was able to, I guess, have enough time to get to know the sweetness of the people and visit enough places in the countryside where I saw the incredible beauty of the countryside with these green rice fields and, you know, beautiful, abundant papaya trees, and you know, you can't help but appreciate a country that's that resourceful. I mean, there's the longest beach, I think, white beach anywhere, right? The Chittagong to Cox's Bazar on the way to Burma. Gorgeous, and was totally undeveloped at that time. You know, I mean, the slogan in Bangladesh, the tourist agency, was "Come before the tourists do," and that's part of, I guess, what I felt is it was one of the great places where you really could be transported to another time. Very few. There were only like 2 5-star hotels. There were very few restaurants. There was one television station that was controlled. I didn't have a phone for 2 years.
But things started to
Oh my God. No, it's radically different now. This is, what, almost 30 years ago. So, you know, I could be the only foreigner that anybody would have ever seen when I went to villages. Nowadays, there's cable television. The whole world is right there in that village. People have cell phones, even some of the poorest, thanks to the good work of Grameenphone and others. And because development has really not just trickled down from export industries, but really bubbled up from the the hard work of those women and their families who take little loans and repay them with interest. There's greater opportunity. There's enrollment of boys and girls on par in primary school. You actually see a very vibrant, growing economy, and I think Bangladesh will be joining the ranks of the, what do we call them, the next 11 quite soon.